Tell me about Soylent. What's the 30-second elevator pitch?
Soylent is essentially $2.50 for 20% of everything you need in a day.
You could have 5 bottles of Soylent in a day and you'd be good to go?
Yep.
Do you hate food?
No. I love food. I just don't always have time to have a gourmet meal and eat exactly the way that I'd like to.
Each 400-calorie bottle of Soylent 2.0 provides 20% of your daily nutritional requirements.
Like so many entrepreneurs, this was an idea that was born essentially out of a problem. You were trying to start a totally different type of company. You didn't have time, you didn't have money.
Yeah, a couple of us were living in this hacker house in Silicon Valley, and we were spending a lot of money on food and Costco corn dogs and ramen and that kind of stuff. And we'd still go through it, like locusts, and we couldn't keep the fridge stocked.
So you came up with this product to basically solve that problem of time and resources. How did you come up with it?
A lot of testing on ourselves. We have a beta program of almost 100 people that we send products to, and they give us feedback. Taste and texture are very important. Of course, the nutrients are the most important, but those you know right from the get-go. So it's important to find sort of an ideal combination.
Designed to be nutritionally complete, our latest formula, Soylent 2.0, offers a pleasantly subtle flavor, a smooth texture, and a lasting fullness.
How do you see it as being different than, say, a Cliff Bar or Carnation instant breakfast?
A lot of these things are high sugar. They're meant to be sort of a snack or a one-off meal replacement. What we've really tried to do is set the baseline so that you could live on this should you choose to.
Are you aware of anyone who's chosen to live on Soylent at this point?
I'm not aware of anybody who's entirely on Soylent since the beginning. What this is really meant to do is be a tool. If you're in crunch time, you have exams, you have a project due the next day, that kind of thing.
You named yourself after a sci-fi movie, Soylent Green.
It's actually the book Make Room, Make Room. Soylent was just this utopian food that was nutritionally complete and fed everybody and sort of brought about this utopian society.
Do you ever take a step back from the whole thing and say, the fact that we are in need of a Soylent, because we're so busy that we can't even make a meal together or sit down to breakfast or lunch? It's kind of sad.
See, I think of it the opposite way. I think that it's so wonderful that we have so many things that we are able and willing to do instead of looking for food.
How many of these a day are you drinking?
I drink about 2 or 3 a day, particularly on the weekdays. So I tend to replace breakfast and lunch.
Full disclosure, I have not tasted Soylent yet. Have you had your Soylent yet today?
I actually haven't. Do you mind?
Go for it.
Okay.
Okay.
Not bad, right?
It tastes more creamy. It tastes pretty creamy. So it's what in here?
Soy, algae, sugar beets. There's vitamins, minerals from tons of different sources. We basically chose the ideal ingredient for every nutrient.
How many iterations of recipes did you go to get to this one?
Quite a few, quite a few.
Did you ever feel like it wasn't going to happen?
We knew that it just had to be possible, and I think just with enough work, we finally arrived at something that we were very happy with.
What's the goal? What do you want to see this become?
Our mission is to bring sort of affordable nutrition to everybody, and there's room in the big food companies for a new one. I think, we could be a more healthy Nestle.
How important is social to getting your message out there?
I think it's very important. We don't want to just share pictures of our bottle just constantly, because that's not terribly exciting. So we want to get people to share what they're using Soylent to accomplish.
What have been the smartest things you've done to cultivate those posts and to get people talking about your product?
The most important thing that we've done is cultivate a sense of trust with our consumers. We want to be as open and transparent and honest as possible, because when you're putting something in your body, you want to know exactly what that is. So I think that trust is something that's invaluable.
What's the most difficult lesson you've had to learn along the way?
When you're dealing with a physical product, because we really got our background in software, that there are physical realities that you have to face with regard to production and shipping. You have to work with large corporations and you have to buy tons of ingredients, and sometimes there's sort of logistical frustrations inherent in that. So that was a tough thing to accept, because we just wanted to go now.
Do you think this can help solve world hunger?
Absolutely. I think there's a lot of ways that this can contribute to sort of ending malnutrition.
How are you going to get it into people's hands?
Primarily, what we really need to focus on is scaling our business and sell Soylent at a locally sustainable price, something that people who are living on $5 a day can afford.
What's your advice to entrepreneurs?
Stick with it, keep your burn rate low. Soylent can help with that.
So your advice to entrepreneurs is to drink more Soylent, basically?
Unequivocally.
That's a good taste test amount. What do you think?
It's good. It's like a protein shake, basically.
Could you see yourself maybe for one meal a day drinking it?
Yeah, you know why? Because I don't cook. Unlike the lovely lady over there. But maybe in a pinch, I would do it.
Cheers.
I will take some.
All right, here you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Enjoy. Would anybody like to try some Soylent?
What is Soylent?
Have any of you heard of Soylent at this point?
No.
Soylent is a meal replacement drink. 400 calories in a bottle. Did you just say perfect?
Yeah.
Then you need to try some.
It's good.
She likes it. So we're inside of ABC News, going floor to floor taste testing Soylent.
That's not bad at all.
Why don't you make yourself a coffee?
How are you feeling?
Nervous.
I haven't tried mine with coffee yet.
I'm just gonna go like the creamer route.
Cheers.